One vision, one Africa. Let's go. You go. Oh, I say you go. One vision, one Africa. Oh, united, strong and free. Building a green economy.
Greetings, everybody. Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. The facilitator of the session will be joining us soon. I just wanted to check, Dr. Teka, can you hear us on your side? Dr. Teka, please unmute if you can hear us. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your patience. The facilitator will be commencing shortly.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much, Program Manager, Mrs. Kumalo Nyembe. Good afternoon, distinguished guests. Hello, everyone. Kushe Dumelang. A very warm welcome to everyone joining us from across Africa and around the world. We apologize sincerely and profusely for starting 14 minutes after 2. But we are very much delighted that you have taken time to be part of this important milestone in the journey of the UGO Universal Greening Organization.
Can you hear the
As we
sound?
wait for the program to begin and for the program manager to kindly liaise with everyone, kindly let us know where you are
Okay,
joining
let
us
me try
from by
something
typing
else.
in your country, university, institution in the chat box.
Check and tell
We
me.
would really love to see just how many corners of Africa are represented today. If possible, I'm trying to do mine. Please keep your cameras on during the program, as it helps us create a more connected and engaging virtual experience. Those of us who do not have iPhones are in trouble, but we will definitely begin shortly. Program manager, please hit me up on the DMs to officially begin. I'll be looking at the chat box to see, please say good afternoon in your home language, in your native language, so that we build a new culture of interconnectedness. One Africa, one vision. I am Umulemo Somolekai. I'm the Director of International Relations for Universal Greening Organization. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything. Yes, Mkochilwa in South Africa, University of Mpumalanga. Hello. Oh, Katlego, you can't just say hi. How do you say good afternoon in your language? I see Musiani Brandon Tato from University of Botswana, my alma mater. Yeah. There's Kesawabaka here. Kesawabaka once round two, a former fellow. How are you, Kesawabaka? I see Tlungwani Marion from Val University of Technology, South Africa. How are you? How do you say hello in your language, Val? Tlungwani? Yes, Avusheni, University of Venda. Nyati, thank you so much. Henda. Madela Kumalo from Vembe Biosphere Reserve at University of Venda, South Africa. This one is definitely a fellow. Avusheni, University of Mpumalanga from Lebu Koza. Nkateko Ngumale. Saying Avusheni also, University of Mpumalanga. Why are we seeing people from Limpopo here? Where are other provinces in South Africa? Where are other counties? I see Pepsi. From UMP. Dumelang, University of Venda. Dumelang, University of Venda. I don't believe this. Costa Rendi. Hey, Ligama, here you. This one, I definitely want you to teach me the language. Tobela, Candice. You are definitely a fellow. Tobela from UMP, from Murufani. Hillary, Mr. Hillary Imbuwa from the ministry in Namibia. He says, hey, Mr. Hillary, I think you will need to go online, switch on your mic, and definitely say this once the program starts. I need to hear this language. Lydia Hussein from Buan. He says, Dumelang, Karabo, Dumelang Bahulu. Hi, Karabo, we are young people here. Please. From Gauteng, at least another province, Gauteng, South Africa. Sanibonani, Zakiti Masep, this, Candice, University of Mpumalanga, Nico Arkoto from University of Johannesburg, Joseph Samila Ardumela. Wow. Thank you so much. Please keep that coming in. I don't know why we're getting people from Botswana and South Africa only, when we have 11 participating countries this year. Where are our Nigerian brothers and sisters? Where are our Ghanaian brothers, our Zimbabwean brothers? Where are they? Tinitwalo is very famous. I heard that your president loves that name, Tinitwalo. Tinitwalo, you're saying from University of Mpumalanga. Hey, Fasti, how are you, Fasti? Thank you so much. Tony saying some are streaming via YouTube. Hey, Kulekani with his entire bio, UGO UMP Vice President, Kulekani Nkosi and fellow for 2024 cohort. Hi everyone. We notice you and recognize you, King, Mr. Kulekani Herbert Nkosi. Thank you so much. Please keep the chat box vibey. Keep it up. Where are our Kenyan brothers, our Burundians? We are about to start the program in a few. Program manager, with your leave. The stove is on 6. Avusheni from Tembo Course. Hi, Prudence, University of Venda. I'm seeing a lot of former fellows here. Why are you guys on round 2? Mambo vipi? Habari yako? Yes, the beauty of Africa, the beauty of Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been trying my technology to switch on my camera here so that we can see the beauty of Africa in the flesh. And if possible, also, please keep your cameras on during the program. Like I said, it helps us create a more connected and engaging virtual experience. I think with that, those that, yes. She's responding. The lady from Madela Kumalo. Hi, Madela Kumalo. Kumalo is taking me for a ride here because Kumalo is definitely from South Africa, but he's talking to me in Kiswahili. That is fraud, but I love your kind of fraud, proactiveness. Fortunate from University of Mpumalanga. How are you? Please keep joining, keep the chat box engageful. We are just waiting for Mrs. Kumalo Nyembe to give us the go-ahead. And then we will begin our program shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, again, good afternoon. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the official launch of the Universal Greening Organization Fellowship Program, its third edition and the launch of the 2026 cohort. Like I said earlier on, my name is Umolemo Somolekai. I'm the Director of International Relations at the Universal Greening Organization. And I have the privilege of serving as your program director for today's virtual ceremony. Wherever you're joining us from, whether in Cape Town, Gaborone, Windhoek, Accra, Nairobi, Lagos, Bujumbura, Harare, or elsewhere across our beautiful continent, you are most welcome. Today is more than just another online meeting, and for all of you and all of us, it is where we celebrate a growing movement of young Africans who believe that borders should connect us rather than divide us, and that our shared future depends on collaboration, innovation, and environmental stewardship. Welcome again to the UGO Fellowship 2026 launch. Can I have those reactions, please? Before we officially begin, again, let us see who is with us today. If you're joining us for the first time, kindly type first time in the chat. If you are a UGO alumnus like Kosa, type alumni. If you are joining as one of our newly selected fellows, type 2026 fellow. Please drop that chat box. Keep it engageful. Wonderful. It is very inspiring to see our UGO family continuing to grow across Africa. Just a few housekeeping announcements. Firstly, kindly keep your microphones muted unless invited to speak. Secondly, if you do experience some connectivity challenges, simply rejoin using the same meeting link. Invite a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. Please use the chat box respectively for greetings, comments, and questions. We do encourage everyone to keep their cameras on where possible to foster engagement. And this session is being recorded for organizational purposes. Thank you so much for your cooperation. I hope all that was clear and is clear. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on why we are here today. When the Universal Greening Organization started this journey 3 years ago, it envisioned an Africa where young people would no longer wait for opportunities, but they would create them. Today, that vision continues to grow. Some of you were part of the pilot program, the pilot phase, first edition. Our volunteers, our experiment, the 2024 cohort, which were 15 coming from South Africa to Botswana for the first time. 2025, we had 60 fellows coming in from Botswana, South Africa, Sierra Leone, and Kenya. 2026, it's a surprise. Today, that vision continues to grow, like I said, and every fellow joining us today represents another bridge between nations. Another climate leader, looking at your academic credentials, another entrepreneur, your visions, another diplomat, those who want to venture into a career, and another servant of Africa. And that is definitely something worth celebrating. Ladies and gentlemen, let me kindly take this time to introduce to you the UGO Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Rindarani Maragandeja, to give you an overview of the Universal Greening Organization. CEO, the virtual floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Director of International Relations. Maybe to start with, Director, am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Director, and thank you to each and every person who took their time to come and witness today, the most exciting day of announcing the UGO 2026 Fellowship Cohort. Maybe I would like to start by apologizing that I am joining in transit, Director. You've been asking everyone, where are they joining from? I'm joining from South Africa, Limpopo, at Villa area. So you'll pardon me, there will be once a while some background noise as I'm speaking. But nonetheless, I am extremely excited, Director, to give the UGO overview as well as the welcome remarks to each and every person who has joined us today. My name is Rindarani Maragandeja. I am the co-founder and the Chief Executive Officer of Universal Greening Organization. So before I go to welcome remarks, I would like to give you an overview of what the Universal Greening Organization stands for. Universal Greening Organization is a non-profit organization that was founded at the University of Venda on the 29th of March 2014. University of Venda is found in a province called Limpopo in the northern part of South Africa. I'm excited to see a lot of fellows joining on this call, writing that they're joining or they're from the university, to also give back to the environment. Remember, you found the world or the environment as it is because of those who lived before you. So now the Universal Greening Organization stands firm to recruit as many people as possible to preserve and conserve this environment so that when we hand it over to the coming generation, we should hand it over in one piece. We understand there must be development, we understand there must be all the activities that are done on the earth, but we must do that while we are doing it in a sustainable manner. So the Universal Greening Organization, we were intentional when we named it Universal. This was because we envisioned this organization at a global space, of which I would like to attest today that we are living towards that dream, because the Universal Greening Organization have started showcasing the footprint at a global space. That is why today you see yourself joining from being accredited by United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. Now, I would like to give a challenge to all these fellows or to each and every person who's joining here today to go and do a bit of research in terms of what are these UN bodies that we have been accredited with. We have been accredited by UNCCD, United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. We've been accredited by UNCBD, United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity. We have also been accredited by UNEP, United Nations Environmental Programs. So this simply affirms the work that we've been doing since the 29th of March 2014 to date. So this is basically where the Universal Greening Organization is coming from. So we've got different programs that we deal with under the Universal Green Organization at a local space, being all provinces of South Africa. We also have got programs that we do outside South Africa. We've got footprints in Botswana. The director who's leading the program works for the Universal Green Organization, and his origin is in Botswana, and he's joining in from Botswana. We've got footprints in different parts of Africa, and we're taking it to the world. So basically, this is where of what we stand for, and the massive work that we've done from the 29th of March 2014 to date. So now, as I'm gravitating towards closure, my director, I would like to take this time to officially welcome each and every person who's joining from wherever in this world to feel welcome, to participate, to respond to each and every aspect or question that has been posed by the person who's directing the program. Feel free to put up your opinions, your views on the chat box as you've been requested. This also serves as the great value to the Universal Green Organization, understanding where each and every person who was part of this announcement, where they are joining from. We are aware that we are anticipating fellows from 11 AU member states. And then we would like to also check or do traceability when we are done with this meeting in terms of where did everyone who joined, where were they joining from? I'm excited, Director, to bring back the mic to you as I officially welcome each and every person on this call today to feel free to share the excitement, to share the team's link so that each and every person who might be interested to join wherever they are from, so that they witness the history that is going to be made today as we are announcing 200 young fellows that are from 11 AU member states country. I'm extremely excited to be part of this meeting, to be part of this program, and to also lead the initiative and organization that is a change maker and also impacting several lives of the young people from all over the world, as well as deep rural community people. Thank you so much, colleagues. I'm extremely excited. Back to you, Director. Cheers.
Wow. Can I see those reactions? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, CEO. That was the Chief Executive Officer for the Universal Greening Organization, Mr. Rinderani Maraganeja. Thank you so much for that background, that context and origin story of the Universal Greening Organization. I think top among everything, ladies and gentlemen, is the reality that a concept developed by young undergraduates at University of Venda can grow into an international organization, duly accredited and recognized by global bodies such as UNCCD, UNCBD, and UNEP, from Venda to United Nations. Next up from this cohort, I think it will be from Gaborone to UN, from Windhoek to UN, from Nairobi, from Ghana, from everywhere in Africa to the world. Indeed, it is possible, Black Child. Now, to move on to give you more context and first-hand experience, let's hear from the beneficiaries of this program who got to be a part of this journey from inception. Let's start with Ms. Butari, a 2024 UGO Fellow, and then to Mr. Given Mapaya, a 2025 UGO Fellow, to give you their reflections on their journey with us. Ms. Gliwayo, I hope you have joined. The virtual floor is yours.
Greetings, everybody. Am I audible?
Greetings, and yes.
Greetings.
nice with Harry, 24 of age, and I am going to give reflections on the UGO Fellowship because I am part of the 2024 cohort. As Mr. Omulimo said, we are part of the experimental group, the very, very, very first group of the cohort. So initially, when it came to the cohort, I saw the poster at the University of Venda that was posted at the Department of Microbiology and Biochemistry. At first, when I saw it, I was like, this has to be a scam. This literally has to be a scam. There is no way that you are taking 12 young minds from across South Africa using your own money and you're going to be on the flight. I was like, no, they are scamming us. Until one of my classmates came in, who was like, but Larry, did you apply? I was like, apply for what? You will be scammed. And then, but I went and researched more about the Universal Greening Organization. That is where I found literally doing very impactful stuff. And then applied. So when we got into the fellowship, we had 3 months of training wherein we were being taught 4 basic modules that were taught. We also had a module that was called personal development as well as ethical leadership, and the last one was community development. After those modules, we were able to travel from the University of Vienna, and then we went to the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, which is known as DECO, wherein we were trained intensively when it came to diplomatic relations as well as etiquette and how to conduct yourself in another country, right? And then after that, we went on a flight. It was I don't even know how to describe it. One of my fellow colleague was like, it feels like we're in heaven. It literally feels like we are in heaven. And then we went to Botswana. That was our designation point. And then when we arrived at Botswana, we were received with open arms. We had Mr. Omodimo with other dignitaries from the Universal Greening Organization. And we went there, we went to a hotel wherein we stayed. Not only that, the hotel that we were staying in, it had a very, very impactful history. And then we went to a lot of destinations. I don't want to expand a lot when it comes to the destinations that we went to, but we went to the Ministry of Youth at Botswana, wherein we got to meet the Honorable Minister, who is Lesego Chombo. We also went to the University of Botswana, where we got to interact with students from the University of Botswana, wherein us as Africans, we had to sit down and we talk about how we can move Africa forward, We also went to Buan, which is the Botswana University of Natural Science as well as Agriculture, wherein we were taught a whole lot when it came to climate change, agriculture, how to navigate being a youth in Africa. We also went to the Botswana Parliament, wherein we saw the proceedings of how a person is supposed to present themselves in a parliamentary setting. That was basically it. When that's how I can summarize it. And fast forward to 2025, one thing about UGO is that you don't just become part of the fellowship and then you travel and then you just go there. You go there and you network, you find friends, you become part of other people's countries, you become sort of a citizen, and you also become part of the organization itself. It absorbs you, it natures you, and that's what they did with me. So fast forward to 2025, I had an opportunity to be a custodian, wherein I was able to travel to Sierra Leone as a custodian, wherein I got to meet people of higher rank. I got to meet the ministers, deputy ministers, and overall, the organization itself, it will influence you to to be someone that is for people that you will never think in your wildest dream that you will network with. For example, I also had a meeting with the Deputy Minister of Youth in South Africa, wherein I was so scared. I was so scared. But I remember when Mr. Dindegan said to me, "Butlari, those online lessons that you learned, they were not for nothing. They were not just for decorations. The personal leadership, as well as the personal development, as well as ethical leadership, they're not just modules, Nje. They are for you to utilize when you go outside. When you go to network, you already know what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to conduct myself? How am I going to conversate with person that is of higher rank? And that is what also the Department of International Relations, they teach you protocol. They teach you protocol. They teach you etiquette, like the basic conduction of oneself in another country. So to sum up everything, I will say that to the new cohort, enjoy being part of the organization. Learn, socialize, network. This is the biggest platform that you can utilize to network. If you think that you don't have any connections when it comes to life, this is how you make connections. You network with people that you're going to meet in these countries. Go and sell yourself. Go and for that, you didn't just learn music of you traveling, you're going to utilize it in your day-to-day basis. As of now, I'm able to stand in front of a magnitude of people with no fear of talking, because I was personally taught personal development and ethical leadership. Even when I go to communities, I'm able to stand in front of community leaders, because community development was one of the essential keys that we were taught during our cohort. And again, I will say welcome to the Universal Winning Organization. If you have anything to ask, you can ask me. You can ask any single person within the organization. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. A virtual round of applause. A virtual round of applause. That is Ms. Butlari Dliwayo, 2024 UGO Fellow. Thank you so much, Ms. Dliwayo, for taking us on a trip down memory lane, as well as paint a picture of how all this began back in 2024. We are proud of you. We are proud of how you carry the badge of being a UGO Fellow with pride, how you carry that experience with you, and how it has shaped you, and how you have allowed yourself to grow from it all. I'd like to invite Mr. Given Mapaya to grace us with his experience as a 2025 UGO Fellow. Mr. Given? Mr. Given, are you with us? I think we have lost Mr. Given. While he is still trying to rejoin, we kindly move on with the program. And I would love to call upon the UGO Fellowship Program Manager to give you an overview of the UGO Fellowship Program. What exactly is the Fellowship Program from a concept point of view? Who are the intended beneficiaries, the target audience? Why were those guys chosen? What criteria was used? What was the selection process? This is the brains, this is the leadership, this is the final stamp, the final authority behind the UGO Fellowship Program. Ms. Zizile Kumalo Nyembe, the floor is yours. Leadership, I hope I have not lost you too. The Fellowship Program Manager. It seems she too is having some connectivity issues. But once she rejoins, we will definitely get her to come on stage and give you all the reasons why, the reasons who, and the reasons what are the fellowship program. Before I move on, may I kindly call upon the speakers that are in the program to make sure that they are connected and they are online. Do we have a representative from DECO? Okay. Do we have a representative from the Ministry of Namibia? Mr. Hillary, I think I saw you earlier. Are you still with us?
Yes, good afternoon. I'm still here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for your patience. Please allow me to round rob you and pull you by the leg diplomatically to the stage to give a few words of remarks as a message of support from the government of Namibia through your respective ministry that we have duly signed an MOU with just 2 weeks ago. Allow me to void that protocol and please invite you to the stage to bring you on a message of support on behalf of the ministry.
Okay, thank you so much, and good afternoon and greetings to everybody online joining us this afternoon. I think from our side, basically, as a country, it's also a great opportunity that we have been invited to really take part into this fellowship program for young people, especially that we are ministry of the ministry that deals with young people in the country. Although the process of signing the MOU has been slow, but we're happy that finally the MOU was signed 2 weeks ago, and the process of calling interested candidates to the fellowship started last week. And with the few days that were given for students to apply, we haven't received the required number that was allocated to us, but we are happy to indicate that we at least have 4 applicants, and we believe that the 4 will be able to meet the requirements so that we can start with whatever we can start with. But nonetheless, we really just want to appreciate the team and the leadership of the UGO for giving Namibia that chance to join other African countries into this program. And for us, we believe moving forward, I think we'll be able to really be full-time on board to make sure that we are able to get more students or more candidates into the program. Because this is an opportunity for young people, it's an opportunity for Africa, and we're grateful that we are part of this journey. On that note, please allow me to say once again, thank you so much from our end, and we believe that every participant in the program, every candidate in the program will use this opportunity to really enhance development in their respective countries. I so submit. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Hillary Imbua, Deputy Director within the Ministry of Youth in Namibia. Thank you so much. I see that you are seeing the Namibians are the last bonds and the last beneficiaries of our program, with you guys still working with the program manager to finalize the final cohort coming from Namibia. Thank you so much for those kind words and messages of support. Yes, thank you so much. I see that the program manager is back. Program manager, Mrs. Nyembe, I hope I have you on board. May you kindly grace us with your presence on the podium, the virtual podium as is, and kindly brief us on the who, the what, and the why about the fellowship program, the selection criteria, eligibility criteria, the whole concept on what the fellowship program intends to achieve, who it was targeting. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the brains, the final authority, like I said, the stamp, the one whom all of your appeals should go to. Ms. Zizile Kumalonyembe, the floor is yours. Leadership.
Assalamu
Cheap, cheap.
alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, dumelang. Bonsoir. Sanbonan, molweni. Mambo vipi? Mambo vipi? Mamba. Greetings. Zizi Lekumalo Nyembe is my name and surname, and apologies, facilitator of the session. We lost contact there, but we are fully a part of the program. Over to check what's happening in YouTube and other platforms where we are seeing the likes of 500 people tuned in on YouTube who are watching the live, and also getting some confirmations. For example, Dr. Teka is with us here from Ethiopia. So a lot of young people have grouped each other and to watch this very important session where the Universal Greening Organization gets to announce the cohort for the 2026 fellowship program. Just trying to quickly find a presentation. If you can just bear with me, please. There's so many things opened on this folder. Let me see if it's here. Okay. Can't wait for the time when we are all together, because we would be breaking into song at this moment between the technical uploads. But here we are now, just closing off the other PowerPoints so that we can only have one.
Oh, thank you so much, thank you.
Hello. May we kindly mute our mics?
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, almost
Thank you so
there.
much.
Almost there.
You may proceed.
I don't want to move without the presentation. So it would be good. Oh, okay. I do think that this is the one. Please confirm if you are seeing anything on your screen that should be speaking to 30th of June 2026. Facilitator, are we finding something like this on screen?
From my end, program manager, I'm finding a window in which you opened or you were searching something about report. The first icon indicates application report synopsis to PMT going down. Is that the window we should see?
Nope. Just a few more seconds, please. I just do prefer the. Okay, hopefully.
Yes. Yes, we see a beautiful young man and three beautiful ladies stepping off a plane, someone holding a passport and boarding pass. Very exciting things on your screen. Now you have us glued.
Okay, thank you so much. Greetings, everybody. A very good afternoon. Exciting day for us at the UGO Fellowship headquarters here in Midrand, South Africa, as well as our outposts offices that are not only in the University of Venda, University of Mpumalanga, University of Johannesburg, but through this work, we are excited about the expansion of our physical space into the countries that speak of the participating countries. Of course, not forgetting our dear friends in Sierra Leone, the Minister of Youth Affairs, Honorable Ibrahim Sano, that we will forever elevate his name, Mr. Hillary, because this is the minister who was the first to sign on the dotted line on behalf of the Sierra Leone government that this is an initiative that the government wishes to not only support but partner with and ensure that it actually does succeed in every count possible. So it's an honor that we have Minister coming in and out of the meeting. He's been in here and hopefully we'll get a chance to hear his views. But thank you so much for everyone who has come through. We really appreciate the time that you have put aside on this very important day in our lifetime. We are not going to have a very long presentation from our side, especially because we all know that we are all here for that announcement by the Chief Executive Officer at the end of this session with regards to who has been selected to become part of the 200 young people that are not only shaping the trajectory and success of Vision 2063, but also ensuring that no one is left behind as we design, develop the Africa that we want. The fellowship program is a flagship program of the Universal Greening Organization, and it's a youth empowerment initiative that bridges the gap between academic knowledge and real-world environmental action. It's rooted in the belief that Africa's sustainable development must be led by young Africans themselves. And the fellowship provides a platform for students and graduates to gain hands-on experience, professional exposure, and a cross-cultural collaboration opportunity. It is quite a very intense 90-day. So for 90 intensive days, fellows participate in 6 learning. Now we've made them 7 learning modules that combine personal development as the first module, the second one being ethical leadership, third one being sustainability and innovation, fourth one being social enterprise, fifth being sustainability, sixth being community development, and the last one actually implemented and coordinated, facilitated by one of our very key strategic partners for the fellowship program, that is the Department of International Relations and Corporate, that has really come on board and saying that as we envision the young leaders, or rather as the Universal Greening Organization builds capacity in areas in which the young people may lack or need improvement. Whilst we're working on that, DIRCO comes on board and ensures that not only are you trained on the soft skills, on interpersonal development, on ethical leadership, but also you are actually also being set up, being groomed to become the best diplomat that you can be. And they do so through a course titled Diplomacy, Etiquette and Protocol. So this experience really allows the fellows to, at the end, be able to engage with young people of other countries, young people that are coming from other universities with policymakers. I think we heard in some of the reflections earlier on where Bukhari was speaking about how they got to meet with Minister of Youth in Sierra Leone through the exchange program. So they get to engage, young people get to engage with policymakers and also grassroots innovators whilst fostering a pan-African collaboration and culture and a culture appreciation. Who then, as the facilitator of the session asked earlier on, who then becomes the chosen ones? And we have been very clear and public with regards to our eligibility criteria, unapologetically biased to the green economy, to sustainability, environmental sciences. I mean, this speaks passion of who we are as the Universal Greening Organization. So we are biased to young people that are in the universities and studying any courses that are related to our mandates. We are looking for persons that are aged between 18 and 30, and they obviously need to be part of or be a citizen of one of the participating countries. We are looking for the genii, the hardworking ones. So you will see that we've spent a few weeks making sure that the people that are chosen today or announced today actually do perform academically and with an overturn of no less than 60%. Applicants must be currently enrolled in courses relating to sustainability and the green economy. Applicants must not, we're looking for people that have never flown or been inside an airplane, for people that have never traveled out of the country of birth. We're looking for young people that have never owned a passport in their entire life. We are looking for young people that are coming from either a previously or currently disadvantaged background. This program says, African child, you are beautiful. African child, you are enough. You are worthy. You deserve the best that can come your way, especially you who is in the agricultural space or the green economy space, especially you who comes from that village and possibly based on financial restrictions may never be able to see the world. We, through this fellowship program, are offering not only that hope, but a hand up so that you can then be just like any other child in the world, explore the world and appreciate it to its fullest. Of course, one must be willing and open to traveling, both domestically and internationally. The call for applications actually started on, we did open for applications on the 14th of April, and we closed exactly a month later on the 14th of May. The announcement was scheduled to take place on the 24th of June. Here we are, and you'll get to understand, unlike the first 2 years, how this year has been an eye-opener for us, a learning curve, but also an affirmation that speaks that the demand for this program is much bigger than what the Universal Greening Organization program team had conceptualized. We are going to be looking into a very intensive 3 months of online working, closing off with the online training by the Department of International Relations and Cooperation and Cooperates. The program itself changes gears when we get to the 23rd of September because for the first time, people get to leave their countries of birth, get to enter in airports, others for the first time, with assistance by our teams at UGO, other appointed heads of our focal persons in different countries, including partners from the participating countries. Young people, you are not going to be walking and experiencing this by yourself. It is not a scam. So on the 23rd of September, you will have a team of adults under the program management that will then walk with you as you enter and fly for the first time into another country. We then have an exchange program that is then set from the 24th of September up until the 30th of September. On the 1st of October is when we have very interesting summit, so that you get to engage and interact with policymakers in the space, with innovators, with creators. We are hoping to this year spend more time also with exhibitions, especially from previous fellows and other people in the space that we may invite, who are really, really excited to showcase what it is that they can inspire you with. On the 2nd of October is when we have the gala dinner and you receive your certificates of participation. As mentioned by the Chief Executive Officer, when we piloted, it was in the year 2024, and indeed, those are the 15 young people that got to experience this program for the first time. I wouldn't want to say guinea pigs or lab rats, but if it wasn't for these brave 15 young people, our concept would still remain in pages and in computers and in our minds. So with that, I wish to really request that we give them a big round of applause, because these are pioneers who had faith in us and said, okay, let's try it out. We'll see how it goes. Can we please give them a big round of applause? Virtually. Yo, I don't see the round of applause. Others are hoping it was them who had started. But these are the first 15. The year 2025, we then had the 60 fellows from South Africa, Botswana, Kenya, Sierra Leone. And come the year 2026, maybe just to put you, to paint the picture of how the process has unfolded so far. We started off with, of course, the launch on the 14th of April, and we did so in partnership with, or rather as one of the initiatives in partnership planned a few years ago for the year 2026. We are only mobilizing 200, we are only having 200 fellows, and from those 200, the host country, which I think for now it's South Africa, the host country gets 50% of that, and then all the other countries are going to have 10 fellows per country being part of the session. So what CEO is going to be announcing later on are the names, the 10. So if you see there on top, from 1,434, we received 121 applications from Botswana, and CEO is going to tell us who those 10 applicants from Botswana are. With that, wanting to just close off with one of the reflections that in one of the sessions, the founder, the chief, the founder, the executive chairman of the board, encouraging us as staff. I want to bring the context of the conversation, but thought these words quite important as we speak about one vision, one Africa. And he said, because Africa's transformation will not happen by chance, it will be led by a generation that is prepared, connected, and united in purpose. These are the words of the executive chairman of the board, the founder of UGO, again reminding us the intention and the importance of being intentional, so that we may be able to achieve what it is that we plan. Those few words, thank you so much, and apologies for taking too much time, but that is our story. Thank you so much. Shukran.
Wow. Thank you. A virtual round of applause. Those reactions. Thank you. Finally, program manager, a photo in which I appear in the final slide. Thank you so much. Those who know the executive chair, you can find a very bright smile from a young man in black behind him. That is the Director of International Relations, Mr. Umulemo Sumalikai. Program manager, you said a mouthful and even triggered and inspired our minds to imagine a world full of possibilities. You lead such a wholesome program specifically curated for young Africans with the sole aim of youth development and empowerment. We are molding a global citizen through the hands and lens of UGO. Ladies and gentlemen, to be so young and to be selected to benefit from such a program must bring a sense of pride to our alumni network and the 2026 selected fellows. The big secret that the CEO will later announce on. From to spending a day with former prime ministers, truly there has never been a program that seeks to equal the footing in Africa such as this one. I gather from your presentation, program manager, that our 2026 selected fellows can see that the selection process was thorough, was competitive, and lastly, they have a bit of an idea on what to expect from the program and are as curious and anxious to begin their day one. Thank you so much. Siyabonga. Moving on, I see up next we have remarks from the University of Walaga University in Ethiopia. Do we have Dr. Tega Abdisa, the HOD in the Environmental Science Department, present with us? Dr. Tega? I think we should he rejoin?
Okay, let me call him. Let me call him on the side.
Yeah, I think we have remarks by the Sierra Leone. For their absentia, as we move on with the program and carrying on with, I think we are really on time, really on time, and we'll definitely finish on time as communicated. Now, as we are moving on with the program, ladies and gentlemen, every great institution begins with an idea.
The program director is asking for you.
Our colleague in Ethiopia. I see that the program manager is calling our colleague in Ethiopia, Dr. Tega. Kindly unmute Ms. Zizile. Please unmute.
Okay.
Is he joining? You have muted. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it is preferred for us to move on with the program. I would love to introduce to you someone, but I need to paint you a picture that It takes a lot than just a simple idea, but it takes vision, it takes courage, and it takes unwavering commitment to transform an idea into a movement that inspires people across borders. Our next speaker is such a leader, having also been a 2023 Forbes 30 under 30 lister. Through his foresight and dedication, the Universal Green Organization has grown from a bold. Under his leadership, UGO has become more than an organization. As evidenced by our presence today, virtual presence, it has become a catalyst for nurturing the next generation of African leaders and environmental champions. His belief that Africa's greatest asset is its youth continues to shape invite the executive of the Universal Green Ceremony to deliver his keynote address by the founder. Executive.
Thank you so much, Director. And welcome to everyone who is in the platform.
Chair Sitlalo, the virtual floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Director. Can I confirm if I'm audible?
Yes, Chair, you are audible.
Thank you so much, Director of International Relations, Omolemo Somolekae, who we call SOMS as the team. I want to thank you for affording me this platform or the opportunity to address this gathering today. The Ministry of Namibia, represented by Mr. Hillary, Ministry of Sierra Leone in absentia. I know the minister had confirmed that he will be part of this session. I want to believe that in no time he might join us. Our strategic partner, Department of International Relations and Cooperation in South Africa, DECO, represented by Director of Gender Diversity, Mr. Mnengwane. Our partner from the University of Olaga in Ethiopia, all officials from the Universal Greening Organization, our strategic partners who have joined virtually, those who are on Teams meeting and those who are on YouTube, and all interested and affected partners who are going to follow this session. All 2024 and 2025 UGO Fellows and the 2026 cohort, I want to greet all of you. Nda, Dima Siari, in Botswana, I think they say Dumelang. In Kenya, I think what is it where they say Jambo or Mambo? So I think I'm learning African languages, and I think it's important that we all journey towards that as we are at a crossroad as Africa. I think I want to start by acknowledging the team that has worked tirelessly to put this together, starting from working on selection of the countries where we end up having 11 AU member states, going to the logistics and the efforts that we put when team was working on launching the fellowship, and to arrive where we are today, where we are confidently going to announce the 200 young people from Africa who are coming from all 11 AU member states. I want to appreciate the efforts. I want to appreciate and encourage you to continue to invest your time. I know, Program Director, you were not working alone. You were working with a team, and I want to appreciate all of them one by one. We are sitting at a space where Africa is no longer going to be referred to as the future. we are at a space where Africa is the present. And I think it's important to note that because the youngest population in the world sit in Africa. And that must tell us that as Africa, we have got the great opportunity to shape the future. And that's why, as the Universal Greening Organization, we felt it fit to start a program that gathers young people of Africa, put them in one space, so that they start the discussions on how to unlock the potential that Africa has, to gather resources so that we can come and be part of your life, but not merely to just be part of your life, to ensure that you also pay it forward. And to pay it forward is to mean you need to then contribute and touch the next generation. As the Universal Greening Organization, we have positioned ourselves to respond to the challenges that Africa is facing today. And young people will understand that where we are now, there are a lot of challenges that we are experiencing as Africa. And the first one, which is important, is that there is a growing population in Africa. This growing population will need food. The growing population will need shelter. Growing population will need resources to advance their lives. And that can only happen if, as young people of Africa, take responsibility to contribute in the production of food in Africa. And this is a call to action. We are then saying young people of Africa must not just consume food that they do not know where it comes from. They must be part of those who are contributing from primary production to processing until they then send the food to the tables, in hotels, in households. And that's the call that we want to bring forward to young people to say, as the Universal Greening Organization, particularly through the UGO Fellowship program, we are creating a platform where young people must come together, share experiences, learn from each other, but connect virtually and also connect in their diversity to create solutions that will address food security so that Africa do not go to continental and global platforms to beg for food. We need to be the ones who are able to feed our own communities. We need to be the ones who are able to feed our own countries and to feed our own continent and to feed the entire world. Because Africa, sitting where it is now, it has all the needed resources that can ensure that Africa sustain itself. And that's a call to action that we are saying to young people. You need to wake up. In all the countries, you need to wake up. And to wake up, you can only see that through your participation in programs that seeks to liberate Africa. The second challenge that Africa is experiencing, which is going to be disastrous if we do not come forward as young people and participate, is climate change. We cannot avoid climate change where we are now. But what is at the core is to understand the role that Africa is playing in exacerbating the scourge of climate change. We are all aware that Africa as is contributing less in climate change. And this is mainly because it's not heavily industrialized like the West. It's not the main producer of the greenhouse gases that we are suffering from today. But if we are to then go and analyze, you will realize that Africa is the most hit by this climate change, even when they are not the most producers of the greenhouse gases. But we cannot just sit and watch and say, because we are not the main polluters, we cannot do anything. We need to ensure that in Africa, we build systems, we build communities, we build institutions that are resistant, that are able to live and see the future. That will then allow us to live during the times of these climate-induced disasters. And it's a call to action for those young people who are currently studying courses that are related to climate change and global warming, to not just study to get the degree, but to study with the intention of being part of the solution. Because where we are now, we cannot be the ones who are just crying every day. We need to be the trusted generation that can be able to contribute to solutions that are not only going to address challenges in your household. We are not going to be the generation that just creates solutions that are not going to only focus on, or that are only going to solve problems in our communities. We need to be young people who understand that solutions that we create should be elevated, should be scaled to be presented in global platforms, where we can go to the United Nations and be able to provide a solution to a problem that the entire world is struggling with. And that's why you heard our CEO, when he was introducing the organization, he indicated that we intentionally and deliberately affiliated with the United Nations so that we can create platform for you as our fellows to go and participate in policy dialogues, to go and participate in engagements and sessions that are hosted at a global platform, so that you can then voice out your solution. Our platform is not created for those who want to be fed. Our platform is created for those who want to contribute meaningfully in shaping the Africa we want. The third solution or third problem that we are experiencing today, which is extremely bad, is youth unemployment. And youth unemployment is not only a South African issue, it's not only a Namibian issue, or Ghana, Zimbabwe, or Namibia. Youth unemployment is a global challenge. But what is causing youth unemployment at the core is because we do not have youth who are creating jobs. We have got young people who are looking for elders to create jobs for them. There is no generation that will invest their resources entirely for a generation that is not part of them. They always look for each other. They always care for each other. And that's what we need to do. We need to be a generation that care and take care of those that are in the same generation with us. If we are to talk about solutions in youth unemployment, those solutions must come entirely from the same generation. We are here now. You are studying in your universities. What do you seek to achieve after graduating? Do you want to go and queue in a line looking for an employment? Do you want to then say, I am going to start the program or a solution that will hire a whole lot of other young people who are in my generation, so that we can continuously and together, collectively, provide solutions that will help all of us? And that's the call to action. I'm challenging you as university students to say, as you are busy studying, getting good marks in class, what do you seek to achieve with that degree? What do you seek to achieve with your research? What do you seek to achieve as an academic? Do you want to be known as someone who studied and became a doctor for nothing? Or you want to be a doctor who is contributing to solving problems that are affecting his community or her community? Because we have got a lot of people who have studied today, who have got qualifications, masters, PhD, honors, but they are busy crying every single day. I'm not here to insult them, but I'm here to challenge you. You who are still in institutions of higher learning, to say you can change the trajectory, you can change the story, you can change the narrative. To say, from here, I am going to be a graduate who do not just get a degree, but a graduate who understand that I am empowered, I am skilled. The information that I have today must then be an asset that helps me to convert my situation, to convert my sister's situation, to convert my neighbor's situation into a better situation. And you can use the knowledge that you have. And that's why when I was just 20 years old, sitting in class, doing second year at the University of Venda, got to realize that it cannot just be that I sit every single day in class to just study about this environmental organization without doing anything. And that's where the Universal Greening Organization was started. It was started from just understanding that it cannot just be about me, knowing and understanding the environmental challenges that the world is experiencing. But it has to be collective efforts. And we started the organization to then now take young people from universities, go to the communities. They need to experiment what they learn in class. We needed to convert the researches that we were doing into grassroots community development projects. And that's why today you are here. You are here because there were people who then said, in class, they are not just going to become students. They are going to become solutions. And the Universal Greening Organization was designed entirely for that. If we can have young people who are taking responsibilities, who are saying to themselves, I've got it in me to lead in my community. I've got it in me to lead in my country. I've got it in me to lead in Africa. I can actually lead in the entire world. That's the spirit we want, and that's why when you go to your classes, the first modules that you're going to learn is actually personal development. The reason we want you to understand yourself is so that you can maximize and unleash the potential that you have. You need to awaken the giant who is sleeping within, because in you, we have got our next Mark Zuckerberg. In you, we have got our next Bill Gates. In you, we have got our next Nelson Mandela. And it can only happen once you accept it yourself to say, I've got potential. I need to convert this potential into kinetic energy. There must be movement. Because if your energy just sits in one place, what then is the use of living longer if your energy or your existence in life does not add any good for anyone? Maybe people like Tupac can be remembered today, even if they died at the age of 25, because they realized that they've got potential that they can share with the world. And that's why even today we still remember such people. And we are at the very same age of Tupac. And I'm saying to you as young people, we cannot wait no longer. We cannot be observers as Africa is perishing. We cannot afford to observe. In Kenya, you cannot afford to observe. In Botswana, you cannot afford to observe. Namibians, young people, cannot afford to observe. In Ethiopia, Sierra Leone, Burundi, young people, you should not position yourselves as observers. Cannot. We need to be young people who are active citizens in our own rights. We need to understand the position of our country. As young people from South Africa, what does the National Development Plan of South Africa say? What is your district development model plan? What are the plans of your local municipality? How do you review them? How do you see them impacting or changing lives? How do you see yourself contributing in that development plan of your municipality or your country? What does Vision 2063 say? Do we even know it? What is the vision of Africa? They are charting towards Vision 2063. What does it say about young people? What does it say about skills revolution? What does it say about resources that we have in Africa? You cannot shape that which you do not know. And I'm inviting you to be curious students who go and understand Africa from all areas. You cannot just be someone who is only concerned about your village. It can't be. Not at this era and time. We're at a space where Africa now is very connected digitally. Besides just that, there are a lot of things that are connecting us. We are marrying amongst each other. We are working with each other. We are studying with each other. Nature itself is bringing us together. And we must then take the advantage of the direction of the wind and sail towards where the wind is going. Where the wind is going now is a united Africa. Whether we like it or not, we cannot reverse that. We are at a position where Africa must be united. And that can only happen if this group here starts to work together collectively, collaboratively, to ensure that they create solutions that are not only addressing one particular place, but solutions that are addressing the entire continent. And the UGO Fellowship seeks to build an integrated Africa. An integrated Africa is looking at an Africa where you can drive from Cape to Cairo. You can drive from Dakar and go all the way to Addis Ababa. You need Africa where you can eat nuts that have been produced in Senegal, sitting in South Africa. But these nuts must be transported from Senegal to South Africa at no fee. And that's one biggest challenge that we need to take as young people, to say, how do we deal with trade issues where goods and services are able to move from one place in Africa to another without any extra fee that is imposed on those goods? If you are producing macadamia nuts in South Africa, for your macadamia nuts to get to Ghana, it should be an easy process. For you to move from Egypt or Nigeria to South Africa, it should be an easy process. But now, as we speak, I can tell you now, a lot of young people who want to come to South Africa, it becomes extremely difficult. And I can tell you, last year we had a very difficult challenge dealing with young people from Sierra Leone. We had paid their flights. They went to the airport. When they go to the airport, they were told to say, no, you cannot fly to South Africa. You need visas. And the process to acquire those visas, I can tell you, tedious process. So as young people, this generation, we need to question those things. We need to ask ourselves, why is it difficult to travel from Sierra Leone to South Africa than it's difficult to travel? Because someone is traveling from Sierra Leone to South Africa, they spend a lot of money before they even start to travel. Before they even go to the airport, they would have invested a lot of money in the processes to get the visa and all these documentations that they need to do. But someone who's traveling from Europe to South Africa, I can tell you it's very easy, very free. We can't just watch that as is happening. We are not the generation that must observe. We need to then question. And I think that's what I want to leave you with as I move to a closure. I want to challenge you guys to question everything. You need to question who produced this food that I'm eating. You need to question, where is this medicine coming from? You need to question who is building this curricula that I'm studying. You need to question, why is it very difficult for me to travel from South Africa to Ghana? Where are our mineral resources going as Africa? Where do we get water? You need to start questioning all those things. And sometimes you also need to start to question the intentions of your leadership. And you need to ask, why are they doing what they're doing? And that's where the journey of discovery starts. Journey of discovery starts from questioning. I invite all of you to journey with us. UGO Fellowship 2026 cohort, 200 young people from 11 AU member states. It's going to be a quite experience, nice experience. But I'm inviting you to join this platform, not only to fly for the first time, not only to go to DECO, but you need to join this platform to then be the change maker. I want to invite all of you to start questioning everything. I want to invite all of you to start understanding Africa. I want to invite all of you to start questioning yourself, your level of contribution, to start questioning yourself if you are just someone who is here on this earth to do nothing, or you can really feel it inside yourself that you have got a role to play in shaping the Africa we want. I thank you.
Wow, a round of applause, a round of virtual applause. Executive Chairman, I think from the bottom of our hearts as UGO staff, I did a mistake by inviting you to the podium because you turned it into a pulpit and you preached. Thank you very much for your inspiring and thought-provoking remarks. Your address has indeed reminded us that true leadership is measured not only by the vision we conceive, but by our ability to inspire others to pursue that vision with courage, with purpose, and commitment. You have once again reaffirmed that the UGO Fellowship Program is far more than a leadership initiative. It is a continental platform for nurturing young Africans who are prepared to collaborate across borders, to champion sustainable development and become ambassadors for a more united and prosperous Africa. Indeed, you made a continental clarion call to action. On behalf of everyone joining us today, thank you for your unwavering dedication to empowering Africa's youth and for your steadfast commitment to building strategic partnerships that continue to expand opportunities for young people across our continent. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, colleagues, esteemed guests, please join me in showing our appreciation to the Executive Chairman and Founder of the Universal Training Organization, Mr. Tarifani Chipamurumoni, for his inspiring address. The moment has arrived. Across the continent, thousands of young people applied. They aspired to become a part of this growing family. And after a rigorous selection process, today we officially welcome a new generation of UGO Fellows. Kindly allow me to invite back on the virtual podium the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Rindarani Maraganeja, for the official announcement of the UGO Fellowship 2026 cohort. CEO, the moment is now.
Thank you so much, Director. Thank you so much, Director. But before I start, I want to start by acknowledging the last speaker, the founder and chief and executive chairman, who just gave us a very beautiful speech, speaking to the heart of all fellows that needs to be part of the program. Executive Chair, let me also say you were speaking to me as well. I understand we're in the forefront of this program, but I would like to say this in an African proverb that says, the closest ear can hear for itself. If you do not listen to what is being said before you and live with that and live by that, you will just be a follower, even if you are holding a PhD. He said in his speech, Africa is no longer the future, but Africa is the present. Can we give him another round of applause for his speech again? Thank you so much, colleagues, and all the speakers that spoke before I step to the podium right now. So we have arrived to the exciting moment where we are announcing the UGO 2026 Fellowship Cohort. Are you ready, colleagues? Can I see the reaction on the screen? Are you ready, colleagues? I love this. Okay, thank you so much, Program Manager. I think before you project the first slide, I want to start by a disclaimer to say we've got a total of 4 countries that are still outstanding in the selection processes. However, like the chairman said, the team is working tirelessly to ensure that everything is sorted by today. This is because the program or the first module is kickstarting tomorrow on the 1st of July. So we're going to project only 9 countries here on the screen, and then the rest which have got outstanding processes of adjudication will be shared when we publicize each and every member that has made it successfully for the 2026 cohort. What is going to happen now, I am not going to read all 200 fellows, but we're just going to showcase on the screen the country and the fellows that have made it for the 2026 cohort. What I'll urge with you all colleagues is to be ready with your screenshot meanwhile as we project for a few seconds all the successful candidates for 2026 cohort. Program manager, I think you can go ahead with the honor of showing us the first country and successfully candidates. Colleagues, join us as we celebrate Burundi, which has a total of 10 fellows. I'd like to believe that we've got fellows from Burundi who are seeing themselves. I think we can go to the next one, program manager. Thank you so much and congratulations to Burundi. Let's go to the second one. Congratulations to Botswana, where the Director of International Relations comes from. I would like to believe that the Director is extremely excited to see his fellows who are appearing on the screen right now. Congratulations to all 10 fellows who have made it from Botswana. I'd like to believe that you are taking screenshots as we go to the third one, project manager. Congratulations to all fellows from Ethiopia, all 10 fellows who have made it for the UGO 2026 Fellowship Cohort. We are proud to have you on board. We can go to the third one. Congratulations to Nigeria, with a total of 10 fellows who are on board. We are proud to have you on board and we are excited to embark on a journey of 90 days with you. Congratulations to all of you. We can go to the next one. Congratulations to all fellows from Kenya. We also have got a total of 10 fellows. We are excited to have you on board and congratulations to each one of you. And we're looking forward to be with you for the next 90 days. We can go to the next one. Oh, South Africa, where the vision has been born. Congratulations to all South Africans who have made it for the 2026 UGO Fellowship Cohort. Maybe as you are also showcasing South Africa, I would like to also put a disclaimer or an acknowledgement that South Africa as the host country, it has a total of 100 fellows. You realize that 10 of them are going to other countries as we are receiving 10 from each of those countries that are being projected here. All these 11 AU member states. So as you are looking at South Africans who have made it, you'd realize that South Africa has a total of 100. Congratulations to each one of you for being part of the 2026 UGO Fellowship Cohort. We are excited to have you on board and we are looking forward to a long journey of 90 days with you. This is beautiful. I hope and believe that some of the people who have joined for the first time are also seeing their names flashing on the screen. This is extremely exciting, colleagues. You can pause there for a moment. I see we are done with South Africa. Like I said, colleagues, after this meeting, please anticipate a fully fledged list of all the successful candidates which will be publicized today. So if by any chance you are unable to see your name because of flashing very fast, you are going to have access to the list after this meeting. So join us as we are also celebrating Tanzania, which has a total of 10 fellows as well. Congratulations to Tanzania. We can go to the next one. Thank you so much, colleagues. We are really excited and would want to congratulate each and every person who has made it successfully to be part of the 2026 UGO Fellowship cohort. Now, I would like to acknowledge 4 countries that are still outstanding. We've got Ghana, we've got Zimbabwe, we've got Sierra Leone, we've got Namibia. As you heard that the colleague from the Ministry's office who acknowledged that we were working tirelessly in the process of shortlisting and making sure that we have got a total of 10 fellows from each of all these countries. The team is proceeding with the process of making sure that we've got a total of 10 fellows, even from these 4 countries that I've just mentioned. Congratulations to each and every person who have made it. We're extremely